how's everyone doing? So it's like, what time is it here? It's 7:40 at night. 17,000 steps today. I put in one door. Well, that was yesterday, that was today. And kind of got my butt kicked by one of the doors. I had to do a custom cutout of the tiles so the door fit in there, and the opening was like severely jacked up, and so, but I got the door to fit okay. Then I came up here and I've been, disregard the thing right there in the center, but I've been trying to clean up the shop. I got all this here in the front cleaned out. So I got one of the tables. I was pointing over here, but you couldn't see my hand. Got one of the tables here cleared off, and then I got that table there I'm going to clear off once I'm done with the video. And got all this here. All the door jambs are out. I got all the shelving put up, and I just kind of crammed a bunch of stuff on there. So it's made room. So I got 4 more sections that I can put up somewhere. Don't really know where to put them right now. I'm debating that this little section here, I might use this and build a door rack and have it where the doors are on this side or this, I don't know which side, but I'm thinking about if I build a door rack, then I can take them 4 there and come off and do one side or the other. You know, so I'm going to kind of play with that idea for right now. Again, there's going to be a little bit of work involved. Sunday, I'm going to come up here. I'm going to build the racks inside the van to get, I got 5 of these 8-foot tables, and I'm going to basically carry 5 tables with me. I was thinking 4 or 6. I was like, I'll meet in the middle. So I'm going to do that. I got 2 of these tents, this one, and then the one I got from the garage sale. I'm going to build a rack so it holds them, it holds this, and then I'm going to have a little section to where all my pricing labels and wrapping paper and all that stuff is set up. You know, my plastic bags, all that kind of stuff. You know, flea market stuff. But I'm going to have all that. Here, I can even show you. Oh, I did kind of sort of fix the door on the back to where I can open it. Ta-da! It's not fixed all the way, but it's enough to get by. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm going to have all the tables here with a divider, and it's going to come up, and then I'll have stuff here on the top. I'm thinking the tents are going to be all the way in the front. I might keep them back here, but I'm thinking the tents are all the way up in the front. I don't know. Maybe the tent should be in the back, because I could pull the tents out and then pull the tables out. So, and then right here on this section, basically where the door is here, going across, I'm going to build like a little cubby, and I'm going to have some miscellaneous tools. So this little section here is going to come up by the wheel well right here. It's going to come up, come across right about to right here. It's going to be a little shelf here. And then this will have, you know, a little spot inside where I can put miscellaneous tools and, you know, little things like that. And then the rest is going to be for loading stuff down and getting to the flea market. So, but tomorrow I got the 2 windows to put in. And then Saturday I got a door sweep I got to put on the door. There's some windows I installed like 8-10 years ago, and one of them got a leak, so I'm gonna go and look what's going on with that, which is on a 2-story building, and I think the leak's above the window and it's just coming out at the window. So that's usually what happens. But I'm gonna look at that. Saturday I'm just gonna be running around, and then I got to go look at the one big custom door that I want to be doing next week. I just kind of want to look at the job and make sure, you know, get all the materials. And then Sunday, I said I'm going to be building the rack in the van, and then I'm going to be going through a lot of these boxes and just trying to get stuff straightened up. I'm gonna cut the grass. I'm just going to spend the day here getting things done. So, and I may even bring the trailer, because I got all this wood in the back, and that's to redeck one of the trailers. And then once that one's done, then I'm going to start redecking all the trailers and just do, like, you know, pick a day and say, okay. So, and that's pretty much going to be the rest of my life now, is I'm going to pick a day, and every day I want to build or fix something in my life that's not as good as it can be. So, but the next big project, I guess right now, is I'm going to start moving the steel doors, the ones that have the cutouts and no glass. I got all these steel doors here. So, and then the fiberglass doors behind them that have the cutouts. I'm going to start moving these into the 26-foot box truck because these are lightweight. And there's so many of them that I can only really do one or two at a time. So this pile back here is more like custom doors, leaded glass, really like one-of-one doors. So this stack here is probably going to stay. And this stack, well, there's going to be some stuff in here that's going to come out. And then this stack here is going to be gone through. I think the only thing that's going to stay is the 8-foot tall doors. I'm probably going to put up 2 shelves here if I can get them to fit. And have it for like hinges and all little door pieces. So, but yeah, it's these long days, man. They are, well, I'm losing weight. That's all I can say. But, so not this weekend, but next weekend I should be at the flea market, weather permitting, as long as it's not pouring down rain, or, you know, if it looks like I can put in 5 hours, I'm going to go out there. Next Wednesday is a truck delivery, and I got a call tomorrow to see if I got to do jury duty or not. So, like every time I think I got some time to myself, the world just comes in and just kicks me in the shin. So, but like I said, the next big step. In fact, Monday. Crap! I just remembered. I got one door. I'm gonna build that on Sunday and try to put that on Monday too. I gotta call him tomorrow. So, but next big step is clearing off some of the shelves, getting pictures of everything, getting, you know, if it don't fit in the tote, it's going on Marketplace, and start getting this stuff sold, you know. And I already talked with the landlord. He wants to keep me here. He says I'm a good tenant and I pay cash, so you know he's happy about that. So, and I stay ahead like 3-4 months at a time. So, but I told him that I decided to stay here, and I also asked, I said, hey, you know, here's something to think about. You don't have to make a decision now, but they're talking about dropping the millage rate, which will change property taxes, and they're talking about getting rid of property taxes in its entirety. I says, do you think that if we can come up with a good number and I sign a 3 to 5 year lease and we find a number, and then that way it just doesn't fluctuate. We just pick one good number and say, okay, this is what it's going to be no matter what happens in the future, you know, and I'll sign a 3 to 5 year lease if that's beneficial to both of us, you know. So he said that's definitely something that we can talk about, and, you know, and I already have a number in my head that I feel comfortable with, which I think is a fair number. So, but we'll see what happens. Like I said, I can see me being here at least another year and a half. If some of the things that I want to do and I put on YouTube generate more views and stuff, then it'd make it worthwhile. And I did the math on it. If I do 2 doors a month installs, or I sell 4 doors a month, that covers the rent right there. Easy peasy. So, and that's not doing anything else. That's not doing, you know, any kind of other garage sale, nothing, selling online. So, but I'm actually going to go home, take a shower, and then I'm going to spend the rest of the night on government websites. So, and for those who need to know, okay, I've said some things in private to a couple of people, and I mentioned about buying an exotic car. Well, this is not part of that deal, but I am looking at buying a C7 Corvette. So, one came across my path. It's something that I might be able to pick up for a very, very reasonable price. And you know me, I don't like to spend money on stuff. So, but I'm looking at possibly buying a C7 Corvette next week. So, we'll see how that goes. I'm not the only person involved, so, you know, someone may, you know, talk me out of it. Well, talk the buyer into, or excuse me, talk the seller into selling it to them instead of me. But I am going to pursue buying a C7 Corvette. So, But we'll see what happens. You know, I really don't need it. Really don't need to spend the money. But if I could pick it up for what I think I'm going to pick it up for, I'll buy it. I mean, if anything, you know, Cletus McFarland started a whole channel with the C7 Corvette. Maybe I can, you know, at least get 1,000 subscribers. That's all I'm looking for. So, well, 1,001 just to be safe, you know. But that's 1,001. I'm happy. I don't need nothing more than that. So, but anyways, I'm gonna get back to work here, and actually, no, I'm not. I'm going home, taking a shower, and I'm gonna be trying to start up the new business. I've been doing a lot of stuff online, trying to get around some legal aspects that I might be able to do online versus in person, but I'm gonna try it and see what happens. So, anyways, yeah, peace, love, money. I'm out.